Hey, you guys. How's things? Did you miss me? Oh, boy. All right, so all the kits have been mailed out, and I feel pretty good about that. And I did publish a show and sell video earlier today, and thank you guys for all your comments and all your support for Sherry. Her journals were absolutely beautiful, and I don't know if there's any of them left in her shop, but I know some of them have sold, so that's good. That's great. That's awesome. All right, so some of you guys are going to be mad at me, but I didn't really put much in the way of French stuff in those kits, and I'm going to tell you why, and I will assure you that it will be coming, okay? I do intend to add some French ephemera to the July kit. So the reason is that I've been waiting for stuff, and you know, not only from Forever French, but from some other places where I've purchased some cool stuff. And so I just wanted to wait. And also because I want to use some of it myself, you know, before I start spreading it all around. I know that's super selfish, but you know, it's, I just kind of wanted to get it all together, you know, and really just take stock of what I've got and what I have to work with, and also figure out what I want to scan and that kind of stuff. So because this stuff is so cool, it's like, you know, it's rare. It's rare. And yeah, and it's important to me. So have no fear. July kits will have some French stuff in them. Anyway, but it's still a very cool kit that I sent you, and I think you're going to love it. I honestly do. All right, so where do we start? I don't want to show you guys stuff that we've already seen. So I took new stuff in this box. This is all new stuff. I don't think you guys have seen any of this stuff. Let's see, where do we start? First off, let's look at these books, because they're giant, and that way I can get them off my desk. And they're so heavy, like they're incredibly heavy. I think you guys already saw this book. I think I showed it to you. It's another one of those copy books where it's like, you know, the kind of like onion skin tissue type paper. Yeah, I think I already showed this to you, but I love this one because it's got, and this is something I do intend to add to the July kits, but the writing in it is nice and dark. And look at these pages that have that kind of staining where, you know, maybe it got wet at some point. The writing is nice and dark, and so you can really see it when you collage with it. So, and look at, I love that, how it's just, oh, anyway. Okay. So it's a really cool little copy book. So I bought some books on eBay, and there's one missing. There's a couple missing from this little stack. Hang on, hold the phone. This is one. And then where's that other one? There's this like geography book. Oh, here it is. Okay. So these 4 books were in a lot on eBay. And actually, this was a situation where I saw them and they were at a set price, and I didn't really like the price. And so what I do is I just like the item. Like I watch it. And over time, when you've made purchases on eBay, sellers will give you as a buyer feedback. And So they're looking for you to make your payment on time, like to make it quickly and to be reasonable, like they want you to be a reasonable person. And they also want you to leave feedback for them. So what happens is a lot of times as a seller, you can see who is watching your items, right? And you can go and look at that buyer's feedback and see what kind of customer they've been. And I've been a pretty good customer. Like I have a pretty good track record. I always make, like if I make an offer on something and somebody accepts the offer, I always pay it right away. Like I don't make an offer unless I'm ready to pay right now. And also on auctions, if I win an auction, I try to pay attention and I pay right then, So that's important on eBay. Make your, pay for stuff quickly. I wish that Etsy could do that. I wish Etsy could rate buyers too. I just think it would be really cool. And I wish Etsy would give, well, I mean, I guess you can kind of make offers on stuff, but anyway, it's not eBay, it's Etsy. So, all right. So anyway, these 4 books were in a lot. I didn't really like the price, but I liked the books. And so I just watched the item, and a couple days later, the seller made an offer to me to buy them at a lower price. And when a seller does that, you also have the option of making a counter offer. Like, I mean, you can always make an offer on something if it's a listing where it says or best offer. Sometimes that even happens with auctions. And I actually bought some stuff a couple days ago where it was an auction that was set to expire in like 4 hours. There was nobody else watching the listing, and because you can see how many people are watching it, and nobody had bid on it. So I kind of lowballed and offered them, it was about 20% less than what their starting bid was. And they actually accepted my offer on what it was. So that was kind of cool. So don't be afraid to make an offer on something. If the seller, just thinks it's ridiculous, they'll just decline it, and maybe they'll make you a counter offer, and then you can counter offer again. You just kind of have to pretend like you're there in person with that person, right? Anyway, and always look at shipping. So I know this wasn't supposed to be like eBay 101, but sometimes you'll get turned off to something because the shipping cost is really high. Well, sometimes the seller doesn't really even know that their shipping cost is out of whack. Okay. Like there was something I was looking at one day, and the item itself was like $40 or something. And the shipping on it was like $60. It was like 59 and change. And so I messaged the seller and I was like, have you checked on your shipping costs on this item? Because it was something that I felt could have easily been shipped for less than $20, And, they said, oh, well, let me check on that and, whatever. And then they fixed it. So, sometimes just communicating with people makes a big difference. I didn't actually wind up buying whatever that was, but they at least, found out that their shipping was kind of messed up. So, also, some sellers will let you combine items and save money on shipping. And don't be afraid to look at listings that are outside the US too, because I've been able to find some great deals on stuff. Actually, I better go grab these because, hang on, I want to grab something and show you guys. Just a second. Perfect example. So these were listed in the UK, and eBay eBay does the conversion for you and shows you pricing in whatever your currency is. So I don't know what this was in whatever, euros, but so this was a seller that deals with vintage magazines, and I wasn't searching for this item. I was searching for antique French books lot. Like, that's what I put in my search, is antique French book lot. Okay, it's important to put lot so that you can find a group of things rather than just a single book or whatever. Anyway, so I bought these from a seller in the UK, and there was like 20 of them, and they were less than $20, and the shipping was right about that too. So it was right around $40 that I wound up paying for all of these. And these are all embroidery magazines. They're on newsprint, but each one is a pattern. If you open it all the way up, it's just like a big giant embroidery pattern on the inside. I can't open it up because you guys won't be able to see it anyway. But these are super cool, and they're really old. Well, this one's 1950, but this one here is 1925. So yeah, so that was really cool. I was happy to find these because I had one of these, and I actually tore it up and used it in some collage, and I was really glad to find some more at a reasonable price. So anyways, I was watching these books, and the seller made an offer to me to buy them at a lower price, and it was about 30% less than what the listing was. And so I bought them. It's like, okay, yeah, I'll do that. So here's what they are. The first one is this little geography book, and this was what I loved, was this little book. I love geography books, and I just love how, I love all of that. And this is the kind of thing that we wish we could just create, right? When trying to do like grungy vintage stuff. We're always trying to recreate that old tape, and, oh my gosh, it's so cool. Anyway, so it's a little French geography book. And what can I say? It's beautiful. And I don't know if I'll be scanning this or using the original pages in collages and stuff, which I think I probably will. I think once I get over just looking at it, then I'll start tearing it up. But yeah, there's a little letter in here. Little letter. I don't have any idea what it says. Anyway, I thought it was pretty cool. And then this is an almanac from 1940. And it has a lot of neat, like advertisements and things like that in it. Just, just random stuff. All in French, which is pretty cool. I like the cover too. I like the back cover. And then these are just a couple of old books. So this one is Residences. Looks like Royal Residences. And this paper, the paper in this book, which I didn't know originally, or this might just, I don't really know how that translates, just addresses or places to see. But look at the foxing on these pages. It's just beautiful. And it's nice, thick, gorgeous paper. And I love the text. I love the really wide margins. It's just super nice to use to make like envelopes and things like that. And I actually was thinking, we could do that, make some envelopes out of some of these pages together and do some collaging on them. Anyway, so this book, when was this published? This might be a long video. Now, of course, it's in, I don't have time to translate the Roman numerals, and the cover too. Like, I love this cover. It's just, it's nice and sturdy. And then this guy, oh my gosh. Ugh, this book is really heavy. So this is also a geography book. And look at this. Look at this marbled paper. I'm going to do some marbling. I swear. I've been watching videos, and I mean, I've done marbling before, but I've been watching videos just for inspiration. And I'm going to, one of these days, I love this map. Look at this beautiful map, you guys. One of these days, I'm going to just get it all together and take it outside and do some marbling. I got some ox gall and stuff, and I've been watching the Turkish guys doing the marbling and women. And I'm just really inspired. Anyway, look at these maps. This is just, it's just another just gorgeous, nice, thick, old paper with lots of character on every single page, you know. So this is definitely the kind of thing that I would add to kits, okay? Like, because there's lots of it, and you know, I won't feel like I just you know, sold half of what I had. You know what I mean? Because I do like to, obviously, I do like to keep some of it, right? But look at this. Look at this map of Paris. It's just beautiful. It's just a beautiful book. But I won't have any trouble tearing this one apart. And it's a gorgeous cover. And it's so heavy. Oh my God. Both of these books, these two books are super heavy. So that was an interesting lot. It was all four of these books together. So, yep. That made me happy. Okay. What else? Okay, what is not from Forever French? Okay, and then I found some postcard books. So these just came yesterday or the day before. And so these around France. Let me see if I need to zoom in a little bit. Can you guys see this okay? Okay. I think you can see it okay. Anyway, so there's 7 of them. And they're all postcards. These postcard books. And they're all full. There's not what, look at that one with the Eiffel Tower in the background. And these are like from like the 1910s, something like that. Like, these are all really old. Aren't they gorgeous? So there's a piece of like tissue in between the postcards. Oh my gosh, I just love them. They're beautiful. And so I bought these on eBay. Again, it was an, oh, this was the item. This was the item. That was an auction, and nobody was bidding on it, and nobody was watching it. And I just happened upon it, and they accepted my offer, which was less than what the starting bid was. I just thought, you know, I mean, they want to sell them. They obviously want to sell them. But at some point, it's like something is better than nothing, right? Selling something for something is better than than not selling it at all, and then maybe relist. So it looks like they're all really dark, but it's because it's got this tissue. So anyway, these are just gorgeous. But I'm going to be taking some, I'm going to be taking cards out of these and adding them to some of said kits. Okay. Just saying. Oh, and then there's a shop on Etsy that I stumbled on, and she doesn't have a ton of stuff in her shop, but she did have some pretty cool stuff at reasonable prices, I think. It's what is it called? Monahan Papers. Okay. So she has these little bundles of French like banking papers, and each little bundle, so she sells them by the bundle, and this is the way she got them, and they came in like these big tied up like bales almost, that were probably just stored at the bank. And so each one of these has like has this really cool little clip. So it's like this little metal piece that almost looks like a photo corner that have been bent over. Okay, so it's like that. And then those corners bend over. And then this kind of crimps them together. I just think that is so cool. I wish I could find some of those. If anybody has any of those or knows where I could find some or knows what those are even called, leave it in the comments so I can get some. They're super neat. Anyway, so it's all this kind of dark, like craft color paper, and each one of these little bundles has about, I don't know, I would say at least 20 little bits, 20 little pieces in it. And they're really neat because there's all these little numbers and little stamps, and so these are going to be awesome to use for collages, and also for me to split up into kits, because there's lots of it. Let me see if I can get this back in here. And I love the bank pins. Let's see. There we go. So anyway, yeah, I bought several of these little bundles from her, and I would have bought more, but these were all that she had listed at the time. And now that I bought all that she had in stock, I think she pulled out some more. So she does have more of these in her shop right now. Okay. So I'll leave a link in the description to that shop on Etsy. Okay. So it's not all Forever French, but a lot of it is. Okay, so let's look at some Forever French stuff. How about that? So I think I pretty much showed you guys stuff that was from other places. Oh, and those little books, the red books that I did as the minis, I saved all the book blocks so I could use some of those pages in collage and whatnot. So I've got a few of those left. I did include some pages from those in the June kit, but I think that was the only thing that was Frenchy French in there. So Louise has a good eye, and she finds really cool stuff. It's just super fun. Excuse me. So I can't buy every ledger and every notebook and every agenda that she has, even though I really want to. But I like to look for things that are just kind of quirky and different and weird sometimes, Anyway, so these are just bus tickets. Just these old bus tickets. I think these are probably, I don't know. I don't remember what the year was, but maybe 60s or something. I don't know. But yeah, little pack of bus tickets. I think there's about 50 of them in there. No, not that many. Maybe 25. Okay. So they're just kind of cool. I'll talk about those in a second. So this was some stuff that she just added in as a gift. And, you know, like a thank you. So these little guys, I love these. I don't remember what these are, but I just think these are so cool. I love these stenciled numbers. So I used some of these on some collage recently. I love that. It's like 15 and it's written a couple more times. See, 15, 15, 15, 16, 16, 16. Anyway, so these are kind of fun. And they come apart. Like, you can separate the layers of paper. Well, on the other ones I had, you could anyway. And then some of these old banknotes that she just gave me, which I thought was really sweet. So thank you for the gift, Louise. Okay, so these, I think she still has some of these in her shop. These are like vocabulary cards, which are just delicious. It's neat to see the style, like the French style of like illustration for children's books and stuff is kind of, it's different than what we have in the US, you know. It's just a little bit different style. Anyway, so there's the word or phrase or whatever, and then there's one of these little cards that goes with each one. Okay, so like, I don't know if you would, I don't know, I mean, I don't know if it's a game or what, but it's got the script on the back, and then it's like printed on the front. I don't know. Anyway, so all these yummy little cards that go with these. So for each one of these sections, there's one of these little cards, and she makes sure that you get the ones that correspond to each one of those. I just took them all and put them all in a little stack, you know, just to keep them organized. And yeah, so I'll be using those for different things. And I will probably cut these in between on those lines, probably. But yeah, see, aren't they cool? They're just these like flashcards almost, you know. Anyway, so I thought those were pretty neat. And then these are like full sheets of ration stamps. So this one is for like wheat, farina. This one is for sugar. I don't know what this one is. Is that bread? And, oh, cheese. Oh, margarine. Margarine. And margarine. Anyway, so ration stamps. And I think I'm going to, I don't know. I might scan those. I don't know. And then this was just in the little gift pack too. It's just like a little greeting card kind of thing. But I think it's like a sampler of, you know, like, I guess, would you call that needlework or counted thread or something? I don't know. It's just really pretty. This is like this little fussy cut, like geranium right there. Somebody, you know, this is like handmade. That's not manufactured. And then this really pretty handwritten short document with this beautiful handwriting on it. Oh, and then I bought some bags. I think this was part of the part of the gift too. Some of this is stuff I bought and some of it is a gift. But and then I found in Louise's shop, she had some paper bags, these old like fruit and vegetable bags. So I think there's like 20, maybe 30 of those. And then these. So I don't know how old these are exactly, but I thought they were pretty cool and they'd be fun to use in journals. And what was this? Oh, this is like a this was a listing for 3 of these. So it's like penmanship. They're like penmanship workbooks. And these, I think, they do need to get reproduced somehow. They're so cool. And they're super fragile. Like, these are really, really fragile. And they've been stored pretty well, but the paper is just really, really brittle. So I need to be careful with them if I want to scan them or anything like that.
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Weekly test of the emergency broadcast system. Anyway, so I just thought these were gorgeous, and I love the cover. The cover is like the best part to me. I don't know. I like the inside too, but just the little pen, and none of them are written in, which is good, but I like to see the handwriting too. That's really what I'm a sucker for, is the handwriting, and just to see it, because it's dying, like it's going away, you know. They don't even teach cursive writing in school anymore. At least not anywhere that my kids or grandkids are have gone to school. I think Sammy learned some script, and I think the older boys did too, but I think Sammy only did. He's now going to be a sophomore in college, so 20 years ago, 15 years ago, they phased it out, and they stopped even caring about handwriting, Anyway, remember when you used to get graded on penmanship and how important that was, that people could actually read your handwriting? Anyway, I guess they don't care anymore because everything's done on the computer and stuff. Anyway, so this is an arithmetic notebook, all handwritten. It's interesting how, I think it's interesting. This is either written by a different person right here, or they just changed the style of their writing. Because, hang on, let me turn on the autofocus so you guys can see what I'm talking about. See this line right here? How it's different than that line? I just think that's interesting. Or is it the same person writing, but they changed the style for some reason, like made it italic, And I love they use different nibs to do the, bold headings and stuff. I don't know. I just think it's gorgeous. It's just really, really beautiful. How much time it took to write all of these letters and all of these pages, Anyway, so I thought that was pretty cool. And that some of that is definitely going to get scanned. Okay. And this stuff is all from Louise at Forever French, and I will definitely list or link her shop in the description. So this is another, I think this is another math book. Or no, this one is poems. Yeah, I believe this one is poems. I don't know. I don't know. I just see the writing and I get all excited. But then it has all this blank paper in it too, which I thought was really cool. It's just really pretty because it has this, like, I don't know if you guys can see, but it has a watermark on it that has like a coat of arms or whatever. Can you guys see that? Can you see it in there now? So I'm wondering what will happen if I coffee dye or tea dye some of this paper, but I don't know if you can see the watermark. See the writing, like right there? It's very faint, but the whole book is watermarked. So I thought that was pretty neat. Anyway, so I thought this was a cool book. It's got a little map of France here in the front. So that one I will be disassembling for sure. And then this one, oh yeah, this is another math book. I'm a sucker for these handwritten, or no, this isn't math. This is the grammar one. Yeah, this is the grammar book. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at the difference. Look at how they kind of did this. It's the same word, but it's just written in like a little bit different style. Isn't that neat? I just think that's really cool with that purple ink. It's like purple ink. Oh, and the back is a little bit different though. Ooh, look at, there's some red. Ooh, I like it. Somebody really liked color. And it gets a little sloppier here in the back, like somebody else finished it or something. And look at it, got some water. And there's always like a little blotter paper in a lot of these books because you know, when you've been writing and then you want to close the book, you don't want to get ink on the other page, so you would put the little blotter paper in between the pages if you just needed to close the book quickly before the ink dried. So that's what those are for. I think that's kind of fun to find that still in the book. Okay, what else do we have? So there's two of these little almanacs, and these are really, really fun. All kinds of yummy stuff in these. All this like advertising and whatnot in the front, and then it has more advertising in the back. So it's just, you know, kind of like a typical almanac. So it's got all the information about the weather and, you know, history and things that are going on, random information about, you know, tonsils and things like that. And then it's got the calendar pages, and none of this has been written in. But look at the pages. Look at just the details on each of these pages. So this, and the paper is really thin. So this will be really nice to split out into kits, because there's plenty of it, you know, and you know, I could just, you know, split out one of these books and share it amongst all of the all of the kits, you know. And then I would still have another book. So what I love are these pages towards the back. So after December, there's these pages where I think these would be neat to scan. Has like a family tree section. Oh, come on. Yeah, and I think these would be really pretty to scan and to use as journal pages, you know? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, there's a lot of different ones that, like this one, this memento page. Look at that, like grid paper. Isn't that pretty? I don't know. I think this will be fun to scan some of it. I'm going to take one of these apart here maybe today. But this is all about like the theater and stuff and different theaters all over France, I think. I don't know. No, it says all of them say Paris. So I don't know. I wish I could speak French. I could translate this with Google Translate, I guess, but I'm curious to know what these pages are all about, because I mean it's obviously about the theater, but is this like the plays and operas and stuff that are coming or something? I don't know. Anyway, and then some more advertising. So, and they're both pretty much the same. This one is from 1920 and this one is actually 1912, so it's even older. Isn't that beautiful though? Look at the decoration. So pretty. Yeah, and none of it is written in. So all of these pages I think would be really fun to reproduce. This one has more of those type of pages than the other one. So anyway, okay, let me put these back in her. I've been keeping this stuff separate so that I could show it to you guys and not get it mixed in with the other stuff. Okay, here's another little notebook. Okay, so the writing in this is so pretty. Wait, if I could find any. It's just like that. No idea what this is. It looks to me like it's accounting. Some kind of accounting. Can you see it? If I turn off the autofocus, then it enables me to bring things up close to the camera so you guys could see it up close. And I know that sometimes it goes wah, wah like that, and it's kind of annoying, but I like to be able to show you some of the details up close. So, and it will actually focus pretty close. Isn't it cool? Anyway, so this one is, and it's all grid paper too. So this one will be getting some pages scanned also. And then this little guy from 1900. This one is crazy. It's got so much writing in it. It's like, was paper precious or what? where somebody just really loved this little notebook and filled every single little centimeter of it with stuff. Like even like there's like a little drawing right there. There's a little duck right here. Or a swan or something. Look at this little policeman. There's so much just randomness in this book. Look at all this craziness. See why I had to have it? I mean, I just totally had to have it. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the sound on with my webcam. I think I had the microphone like volume turned up too high or something. So I I should have said this in the beginning, but I'm really sorry if it's like crackly and stuff. I hope you can deal with it, because I certainly don't want to make this video again. I'm going to listen to it before I publish it though. Anyway, so there's those, and then these are super cool. And so this game, they call this bingo or lotto in France, and it's a pretty popular game there, or at least it was. And I know that here in the US we also have, you know, people have played this game and never called it bingo, always lotto, but they call this like a form of bingo. And anyway, and the biggest reason that I wanted these is because they say Paris on them right there. They are identified as being, you know, authentic French. So yeah, so I got some of these cards from her too. Some of them are pink on the back and some are blue, different colors. So because I think you would have like a set of a certain color cards that would be like yours, you know, like you would have all the pink ones or all the blue ones or whatever when you were playing the game. So you can find these on Etsy. There was a number of sellers that had different sets of these, and they have different, like some of the numbers are different, and like just like a different font. And I actually might try to find some more of those because I think they're really cool, and I think they would be neat as journal covers. So I don't know if I'll be sharing these, but because I think they would make neat little like minis, you know, as the cover for a mini series. Okay, and then this guy, oh my god, this book, I just had to have it because of the writing and also because of how old it is. What was that date? There was a date, 1787. So yeah, so I just had to have it because look at, I mean, wouldn't that be cool? Just scanned a lot of these pages. And I think the cover is, oh, what is that called? It's like an animal skin. I don't remember. Is it parchment? I think it's parchment. Yeah, and it's like bound with sinew. So weird. It's so weird. I love it though. And then it has this really nice like blank paper in it that I wish I had like a giant book full of it, full of that paper. Anyways, I don't know. I had to have this book. I just thought it was really special and really cool, and it's going to make neat scans. Okay, so then there's this one. I'm saving the best one for last, you guys, because it's absolutely mind-blowingly beautiful and cool. So I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one that's like about nature and botanical stuff. I really want to try to translate some of this stuff so that I kind of know what what it is that I'm looking at. I try to make notes about things, but it's hard for me to keep it all straight. So what does that say? Oh, souvenir. Anyway, so this one, again, it was just about the handwriting. I loved the handwriting, and I liked the subject too. I'm not even going to try to say any of this stuff. Okay. So this book is so incredibly special. It's like, I don't know. It's indescribable, I guess. So it's like a notebook of geometry. And if you guys have ever seen I have another journal that I bought last year that I did scan some of the pages, and they're available as a digital in my Etsy shop. Very similar, just in the age especially, but this is way cooler. I just think it's way cooler because it's just, how about if I just flip through some of the pages? Okay, like, look at this. Look at this drawing. So what I think is neat about this book too is that the person that wrote in here really loved the paper. Like, I could just see them like cutting out these little pieces of paper to glue over certain sections of where he or she had written, and covered things up. So, and there's also pages, like complete pages that are covered. So like they wrote all this stuff on one page, and then at some point decided that that stuff wasn't important anymore and they needed more writing space or something. And so they went through the book and they just glued a piece of paper over the top of it, but it's just glued around the edges. And so you could see, like, it's driving me crazy. Like, I want to see what's underneath that paper. You can see that there's writing right under that piece. And they just like glued in these extra pages so carefully. Like, so like this is a piece that was glued over the top of the writing. See? This little like drawing. It's like a junk journal. It really is kind of just like a junk journal from the 1800s. And then there's some of these loose little notes. I mean, isn't that stuff amazing, you guys? I just don't know how. I don't know. I'm not ready to tear it up yet. I feel like I definitely want to scan a lot of it. A lot of it. And I want to use it. Like, I want to take the pages out and use some of this stuff in some of my work, but I don't know. Like, I just don't know yet. I'm not there yet. I might get there where I won't mind, you know, taking pages out of it. it's just the finality of that to me. I sort of have to get right with that in my head, you know, because ultimately it's like, what's going to happen to it after me? Like, if I just save it for the rest of my life and I have it, where is it going to go after that? Like, probably in a dumpster, because none of my kids want any of this stuff. I know they don't. Anyway, but in the meantime, I'm just going to look through it and enjoy it and appreciate it, you know. So it really is just amazing. Like, okay, here's another example. See, they glued little pieces of paper over over the writing and then wrote on it. You know, it was like correction fluid, like the original correction tape. I don't know. Like, it's just the coolest thing. Oh, here's another page that was like taped in, like glued in. So they have this little tab here and they just added in another page. See that little piece of paper? And then there was one here at the bottom that just, you know, they needed more space. Needed another page right there. To me, it's like this stuff. I mean, Sammy was looking through this and he was like, oh, those are sines and cosines and blah, 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 blah. But to me, this is just like genius. Like, this just, to me, it just seems like whoever wrote all of this stuff in here was like a genius. Anyway, look at the little drawings. It's like physics, you know. It's just so cool. I can't even help it. It's just so delicious. Just another page that was glued in. And there are still a couple of little blank pages, but these were added in. Here's one, yeah, where he glued a page over both sides of the page, so you can't see either page, but you can see there's writing under there. Makes me mad. I mean, maybe there's like secrets in there or something, you know. So look at this. Is this junk journaling or what? Look at that. I just think that's super neat to see. You know, they needed that information in there and they needed it right there. And so they just made it work. You know what I mean? So like, why didn't they glue this up here? Why did they glue it at the bottom? And then, anyways, I don't know. But you guys know what I mean, right? It's like, you just, look at this. Look at that. It's just beautiful. Look at this one with the purple. And look at this page is like folded up. Look at the purple. I feel lucky to have this in my hot little hands right now. I really do. So here's another page that was glued in and folded up. And then this thing, I don't know what this is, but it's just this really kind of heavy paper. And it was right there. Just another kind of like a tipped in page. There's a loose page. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Look at how that looks. There's lots of color in here too, like these. Yeah, like that. See? This is beautiful. Look at this. This is like Da Vinci stuff here, you know? Oh my gosh. Anyway. Super cool. Super, super cool. So yeah, and there's a lot of pages in this one. There's a ton. There's so much delicious stuff in this book. I can't even believe it. So anyway. All right, so that is about it, you guys. And I think I am gonna be doing some collaging and working on some mini journals. And I want to use some of this stuff. I don't want it to just sit around looking pretty, you know? Anyway, so I'm going to use some of it, and I want to maybe do some envelopes. I was talking to Carla the other day and telling her that I was lacking inspiration. She was like, make envelopes. So just make some envelopes. Okay, I'll make some envelopes. All right. Let me know what you guys think. I'm curious to hear your comments. And if you have any questions about eBay, or, you know, finding stuff on eBay, or how to go about getting what you want out of eBay, you know, I could maybe, I've talked about it before on other videos, but just let me know if you have any questions about it, and maybe I can touch on that, some of that stuff while I'm, you know, working on something, and I can just ramble on about eBay again. Anyway, okay, love you guys. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.